Saemidori and Yabukita are two words you may hear us talk about a lot. These are two different varieties of tea plants, or cultivars. In the same way that wine can be made from different varietals, tea can be made from different cultivars. These plants may look very similar, but they have very different characteristics in terms of how they taste and how they grow. In this video, we're going to explore different tea fields around Japan to see the differences between these cultivars. First, we're going to head off to Shizuoka to meet with the farmer, Mr. Masuda.
So actually we have two cultivars here, and actually how you can distinguish Yabukita and Saemidori. So Saemidori is a sweeter, a little bit softer tasting cultivar, while Yabukita is accepted, or it's said that it is very complex and it has also more bitterness. But just to have in appearance, what you see is actually that the Yabukita cultivar is like, it's a rounder and it's a bigger leaf. So this is now two mother leaves, which we compare. Here the Saemidori is actually more thinner and a little bit finer in shape, and the Yabukita is a little bit bigger, a little bit nearly bolder and rounder in shape here on the mother leaves. So this is the difference now, here Yabukita and here Saemidori. Then one difference of the Saemidori and the Yabukita cultivar is here on this tea field. You can see it pretty clearly. Actually this reddish color, which now with the second harvest formed with the Saemidori, you have it much less with the Yabukita. So if I just put these two close next to each other, you really see here that this red color, which is finally growing out into a normal leaf, which you can see here. So it will disappear, but actually the Yabukita has less of this reddish color already in the beginning stage. This is something which is really specific for the Saemidori cultivar.
The tea plants not only look different, but they also grow different. In Japan, there's always a race to produce the first tea of the new year, so if a tea plant grows even a week faster, that tea plant becomes more desirable and can even command a higher price. While Yabukita is a fast-growing cultivar, it loses out to Saemidori in the game of speed.
So we're here on the Gyokuro field of Mrs. Sakamoto, and here we have a beautiful example of two cultivars, so two different types of green tea plants. This one here is the Saemidori, and this one here is the Yabukita. And what you can see here beautifully is that the Saemidori is growing faster than the Yabukita. So the harvest of this tea plant will be a little bit later, around 4, 5 to maximum 7 days. And here you really can see that the sprouts are well developed. You got the three top leaves here, and if we are looking at the Yabukita, we have to look more for the plants, for the sprouts. They're here sometimes very, very small. Some of them are a little bit bigger, but most of them are still very small. That's why the difference here is quite strong between the dark green, where you have little sprouts, and here with the Saemidori, where all roots, the sprouts, seem to be out already. On the right hand side, here we have the Saemidori cultivar. So Saemidori, as you can see when you come a little bit closer, in general the tea leaves are quite small, like this one here or this one here. So the size of the leaves themselves, they're much smaller. And now we go over to the Yabukita, and here we really have in general bigger leaves, like this one here. As you can see, it's much bigger. When I just take a leaf maybe from the bottom, she's not so big, so you can really see the difference of the size of the leaves. So we really have here with the Yabukita leaves that are much bigger in general than the Saemidori, and this is one of the differences between these two teas.
While Yabukita is the most common cultivar in Japan, many people prefer the flavor of Saemidori and Okumidori because they have less bitterness. This is why these cultivars are normally reserved for Gyokuro and Matcha and generally have a higher price.
So here we have two different cultivars. This one is the Saemidori. Saemidori, a very sweet and rather light cultivar. And here we have the Okumidori. Okumidori is known for its round sweetness and full body. So when you drink this one here, it's much more, and there's much more umami in it. There's a more rounder sweetness, while here you have a sweet lightness with a little hint of astringency in the end.
If you're new to the concept of tea varietals or cultivars, we suggest you try a few different ones and see which one you tend to like most. This can save you a lot of time when it comes to shopping for new teas once you know which cultivar you like the most. Thank you all so much for watching our videos. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Until then, we'll see you next time.